Today, we're coming to you from the grand halls of the University of Birmingham, an institution steeped in discovery and research since 1900. The University of Birmingham was the UK's first civic university, a place designed for everyone, not just the privileged few. Every one of our graduands today is a part of that proud tradition of learning and achievement.
The ceremony will begin soon. Please take your seats.
Degree congregations at the University of Birmingham date back to 1901 and are held here in the Great Hall, right at the heart of our Edgbaston campus. Attended by nearly 30,000 graduates and guests each year, these events are the highlight of the university calendar and represent for many students the conclusion of their studies at Birmingham. Originally built as a cathedral to learning, the Great Hall never fails to impress our visitors. The building is Grade 2 listed, and it's really the details that make the space so special. It features a trompe-l'oeil domed ceiling located above its formal marble entrance. The entrance is bordered by archways that are designed to draw the eye towards the centre of the room. music you can hear is being performed by our very own student musicians. They often perform versions of modern pop hits or songs with a Birmingham connection. As our graduands wait for the ceremony to start, this is a time for them to reflect on how far they've come. They may think back to the first lecture they attended in a packed lecture hall, making friendships that will last a lifetime. Maybe they're thinking back to their first eureka moment, when their chosen field of study finally clicked into place. Or perhaps they're thinking about late-night debates in the Guild, that group project that pushed them to their limits, or the spark of inspiration when they saw their research was really making an impact. Today they close one chapter and open another. A degree from the University of Birmingham is more than just a name on a certificate. Our graduates are recognised by employers for their resilience, creativity and dedication. Soon they'll find many exciting opportunities waiting for them. A quick shout out to the staff, students and volunteers who have made this special day possible. We couldn't have done it without you. Also, a reminder to share your photos from today on social media. Make sure to tag our accounts so we can engage with your moment. The audience is a mixture of graduates who sit in the back of the hall and their loved ones who are seated near the stage. During the ceremony, the graduates will make their way up to the stage, accept their scroll, and be applauded by their families and fellow students. In the sea of formal robes in the ceremony, attendees may spot black gowns, red and green gowns, and possibly some other eye-catching colours. The black robes are worn by those graduating with their bachelor's and master's. Green and red robes are for those picking up a doctorate degree. To the families, friends and supporters watching from home today, your encouragement, pep talks and well-timed cups of tea have helped our graduates reach this day. Let's take a moment to appreciate the parents who still don't quite understand what their child studied, but are immensely proud regardless. Well done, everyone. You've earned this celebration. Soon our ceremony will begin. There's a degree of pomp and circumstance to the day that echoes back through the years. These rituals connect our graduands today to students from the very first British universities formed in the 13th century. This procession isn't just tradition for tradition's sake. It's the university's way of honouring the past, affirming the authority of scholarship, and marking the threshold our graduands are about to cross. Now it's time for the procession to start. Senior academics of the university are led into the Great Hall by two mace bearers and will sit on stage throughout the ceremony. There is a mace bearer at the front of the line and one at the back. The latter is called the Esquire Bedell. Both carry large silver maces that they put down on stage. This is a ceremonial kick-off to the day. The mace bearers are usually staff members from the university who have volunteered to take part. Row by row, the procession makes its way up to the stage, passing proud faces in the congregation, students in mortarboards, parents wiping away tears, tutors exchanging proud glances. A senior member of the university, such as the Chancellor or a provost, will be the last to take their place. They'll stand before the attendees and declare the congregation open.
Thank you very much to our house band. I hear you've been enjoying them, of course, before we came in this morning, and we'll hear more from them later on. A very warm welcome to Birmingham. We're going to have a fabulous day today. The weather is forecast to be absolutely beautiful. So, of course, I hope you enjoy this morning's ceremony, and I hope, of course, you get to enjoy some of the hospitality later on in the day. There'll be drinks on the lawn, there'll be opportunities to find food. It should be a fabulous day for you all. You are all very welcome to the University of Birmingham. I declare the congregation open.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Birmingham. It's absolutely wonderful that you've been able to join us today. My name's Professor Helen Abbott, and I am the Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Head of the College of Arts and Law. So it's an absolute pleasure to be able to welcome you, our graduands at the back of the hall, and your friends, family and supporters here at the front of the hall to your graduation ceremony. We're all here today to celebrate the completion of your educational journey, with all the ups and downs of study and university life that it will have entailed. But you absolutely nailed it, so well done. So this graduation is the moment you've been working towards. You'll have spent time exploring new ideas and experiencing the thrill of intellectual discovery. For some of you in the room, that will have meant grappling with dictionaries and translation software, challenging yourself to think, dream and write in another language. Or at least that's what it was like for me when I did my languages degree. Others of you will have handled original artworks or pored over images in galleries like our Barber Institute to learn how to write about the visual world, something I totally envy and have never had the skill to be able to do. And others of you, of course, will have spent hours rehearsing, recording or composing in one of our music studios, all while learning how to write about music. And that, for me, is the biggest challenge because music's own language has a texture that can sometimes elude us. Now, you may think you've only been here to study an academic discipline you're passionate about, but of course you've learnt so much more along the way. You'll have learnt about perseverance, about balancing work and play, or as you often call it, academics and fun, and about the value of friendship and community. And all of these are lessons you'll carry with you long after you leave this hall. For many of you, you'll be leaving education behind and readying yourselves to dive into what some people call the real world. But I urge you not to lose that spark of curiosity that you've nurtured here during your studies. Keep listening to that voice in your head that says, "Go on, have a look, see what's out there." Keep on asking why and how and what if, because those are the things that will lead you in the direction of the absolute best adventures. Now, today is an especially meaningful day because we're not just celebrating the milestone in your life, but we're also celebrating a milestone in ours, in this university. We're marking our 125th anniversary. We've been celebrating that milestone in numerous ways. You might have seen Old Joe being lit up in vibrant colours earlier in the year. And for a few months, our clock tower was that beacon of light that announced our celebration across the city. But more recently, as summer arrived, you'll hopefully have found time to enjoy all of the events and the social activities that were on offer in the Green Heart in our UOB Extra Festival. You might have come to our Come to Campus Festival, said too many of the same words there. And that was an incredible day where the sun shone down on thousands of people. There were students, alumni, staff, and lots of our neighbours from the surrounding community who came together to celebrate our anniversary. And that evening, just a few weeks ago, under the open sky, our university's folk band, our philharmonic and jazz orchestras, alongside a bunch of special guest performers, delivered a hugely powerful tribute to Birmingham's rich musical heritage. from the elegance of Elgar to the electric spirit of ELO and more besides. It was a celebration that was so very proudly Brummie and unmistakably ours. And what's really lovely is that so many of you in this room will have taken part too. Some of my colleagues behind me masterminded the most epic of music festivals, and I'm especially proud that we here at Birmingham are able to field such incredible talent to perform at the highest standards to literally thousands of people. So that's definitely one to put on the CV. It's also a reminder that this university has always been more than buildings and books. It's always about the people who bring it to life. And I'm immensely proud to be standing here on behalf of the university, where inspirational people do inspirational things. So let's also take a moment to acknowledge those people who have played a crucial role in your achievements. So behind me, as I mentioned, are some of our university community who will have encouraged your intellectual curiosity. They will have nurtured your creativity and, of course, inspired you to do all that questioning and exploring that's the heart of what we do. And you've been supported by tutors and student support teams right across the piece. So I'd like to invite the graduates at the back to give a huge round of applause of thanks to those colleagues who supported you. Now, of course, equally as important are the people in front of me and those tuning in from around the globe via the live stream that we have going. Your friends, your family, your supporters, they're here armed with tissues and cameras, I hope, and totally brimming with pride. I can see their faces. You'll get to see them too when you come up in a moment. You'll all have that person who's had faith in you, people who've supported you, shown you kindness, and without whom you simply wouldn't be here. So I'm going to ask the graduates again at the back to give a huge round of applause to the people at the front who've supported you too. So really, very soon, you're going to start coming up onto this stage. And Professor Stephen Jarvis, the Provost, will admit you to your degree. That is your moment. When your name's read out, that is your actual graduation. So when that name is called out, family and friends, it's over to you. That's your cue then to make a huge amount of noise. Whoops, cheers, claps, let's hear it all. So a final note to the graduands as you come up. Take care on the steps. Give a huge smile for the cameras as you do so. Trust me, it is possible. And enjoy every moment of this ceremony. Well done.
Hello, my name is Professor Emma Tyler, and I am the head of the School of Languages, Cultures, Art, History and Music. Provost and Vice Principal, to you and to the University, I present the names of these graduands, as listed in my programme, proved worthy to be admitted in their respective degrees.
By virtue of my authority as Provost and Vice Principal, I admit those persons listed in the programme, in attendance and in their absence, to the degree to which they are to be presented.
Now for the handing of the scrolls. The graduands walk across
College
the stage to
Law.
collect their scroll
School
from the presiding
of Languages,
officer.
Cultures, Art, History and Music. Doctor of Philosophy. For research into digitisation, cultural heritage preservation and audience responses at Ithra Museum, Saudi Arabia, Rabab Saad Al-Malki. For research into connections between Anglican and Lutheran liturgy and music in the Midwestern United States, 1850 to 1950, Daniel George Baker. For research into compositions, Sarah Caneva. For research into the lived experiences of traumatic bereavement following terrorist attacks in France, Yordanka Vasilyeva Dimcheva. For research into anti-Semitism and Jewish nationalism in Dutch art music from the late 18th century to the early post-Second World War period, Christopher John Evans. For research into the publication and censorship of short fiction in early modern Spain, Benjamin Robert Griffiths. For research into the role of grassroots activism in Germany's efforts to critically address its colonial past and ongoing post-colonial legacies, Johanna Kreft. For research into the intersection of electroacoustic music and electronic dance music, Gabriel Ignacio Mountufar Gangotena. For research into testimonial literature and the figure of the female political prisoner in the 20th and 21st centuries, Mia Parks. For research into the work of French-Algerian author Nina Bouraoui from the perspectives of decolonial feminism and queer theory, Daisy Savage. For research into the interaction of pianists and singers in performing jazz, Joseph Spinoza. Master of Arts, Maxime Delogère. Alan Reginald Irwin. Master of Research, Amarachi Chidera Emerua. Ellie Mae Norton. Master of Arts, Music, Alyssa Isabel Street. Translation Studies, Ariana Capelli. Amy Louise Chilton. Florencia Maria del Castillo. Francisca Omeriberi Okeno Ojiaku. Vucetic. Bachelor of Arts, BA Modern Languages, Japanese, Spanish, Lourdes Eden Chand. English and History of Art, Bethan Friend. English and History of Art with Year Abroad, Dora Rose Wilson-Neal. History and History of Art, Charlie McCutcheon. Martha Naish. History of Art, Esme Indira Bird. Artem Brinikov. Wan Yu Chan. Flora Chandler. Rosalie Craven. Isabella Dryden. Yu Tong Ho. Sheksin La. Leanna Miller. Callum Bruce Napier. Megan Peters. Olivia Saunders. Hayley Teo. Xin Lam Wang. Georgia Willis. History of Art with Year Abroad, Daniel James Parsons. Mathematics and Music, Ella Clark. Grace Newth. Catherine Peacock. Thomas Rotheray. Modern Languages, Italian, Translation Studies, Joyce Anael. Modern Languages, Mandarin, French, Jolie Louise Eccleston. Modern Languages, Catalan, Spanish, Grace Butler. Modern Languages, Mandarin, French, Spanish, Tobias Burnett. Aliana Julian Francisco. Modern Languages, Mandarin, Spanish, Chantal Jamila Valentin Bundalian. Oliver Michael Hancock. Modern Languages, French, Bethany Tabitha Bayliss. Amy Knight. Modern Languages, French, German, Thomas David Protti. Modern Languages, French, German, Spanish, Simon William Curtis. Martha Lucy Shaw Smith. Modern Languages, French, Italian, Alexander Kothra. Emily Jane Edwards. Modern Languages, French, Russian, Translation Studies, Joseph Middleton. Modern Languages, French, Spanish, Amelia Curtis. Sebastian Joseph Hans. Thomas Mark Thornton Lane. Jasmine Teresa Magliari. Emily Mendable Gonzalez. Topaz Carol Kimberly Robinson Thompson. Sophie Rumney.
Thank you.
Tia Terry. Ingrid Willett. Modern Languages, French, Spanish, Translation Studies, Clara Catherine Pierce. Modern Languages, French, Translation Studies, Lauren Alice Kasai. Modern Languages, German, Japanese, Translation Studies, Gabriel Singer. Modern Languages, German, Russian, Spanish, Hajra Bashir. Modern Languages, German, Spanish, Lucy Edgington. Emily Smedley. Modern Languages, Italian, Spanish, Joshua James Smith. Jessica Templeman Gamboa. Modern Languages, Italian, Spanish, Translation Studies, Sanuji Edirimuni Soiza. Sanjana Kaur. Modern Languages, Italian, Translation Studies, Maninda Kaur. Modern Languages, Japanese, Russian, Charlie Elizabeth Ingram. Modern Languages, Portuguese, Spanish, Daniel Fish. Luke Kilner. Nicole Slee. Modern Languages, Russian, Spanish, Maria Alexandra Eleni. Ava Lauren George. Modern Languages, Russian, Spanish, Translation Studies, William Richard Finn. Modern Languages, Spanish, Gabrielle Pym. Modern Languages, Spanish, Translation Studies, Indy Rosa Carruthers. Modern Languages and English, Rama Abuhendia. Ezra Bruton. Catherine Louise Doolan. Marcella Howard. Hazel Umvere. Modern Languages and History, Amina Hayat. Ella Murphy. Hannah Zara Tomset. Amy Grace Whitehall. Modern Languages and History of Art, Elizabeth Filer. Polly Catherine Ella O'Neill. Modern Languages and Music, Dylan Glenton. Florence Joanna Grist. Modern Languages with Business Management, Leila Tennille Blake. Marie-Ange Michael Mationg Kamara. Alicia Yasmin Haim. Hannah Locke. Melissa Sword. Modern Languages with Music, Florence Abigail Piper. Russian Studies and International Relations, Marta Kupza. Laura Nacimiento Mendez. Bachelor of Music, Music, Louise Aykroyd. Toby Baker. Jessica Baldry. Amelia Bashford. Charlie Bodkin. Yasmin Bing. Faye Alice Carpenter. Toby Caswell. Lucy Clark. Hazel Cuthill. Adrian de Lima. Jessica Duckworth. Isabel Edwards. Finn Gate. Minghui Guo. Matilda Halford. Joseph Adam Harding. Rimini Jenkins. Erin Lee Smith. Ruo Chi Lim. Aaron Whale Ian Lowe. Jack Middleton. Marcus Patterson. Cleo Redgrave. Samuel Sharp. Aura Solomons. Naomi Thornhill. Angus Winton. Thomas Wykes. Music with Year Abroad, Lucy Stone. College of Arts and Law, School of Languages, Cultures, Art, History and Music, Bachelor of Arts, History of Art, Irish Winkelmann. It is now my great pleasure to present the winner of the Vice-Chancellor's Prize, Luke Kilner. And now I am delighted to introduce our student Ella Murphy to give a speech on behalf of the graduating cohort.
Good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to the staff, family and friends who join us here today. I'd like to start by expressing how honoured I am to be standing in front of you all, speaking on behalf of my cohort. When we think back to our first days at university, I imagine we can all remember our nerves, wondering who our new friends may be and whether we will enjoy our courses. Back then, the prospect of graduating felt a million miles away. Over the course of our degrees, we have learnt from hundreds of seminars and lectures, made countless new friends, become independent, and completed quite a few assessments along the way. It's safe to say that university isn't without its challenges, but we are all here today having overcome each and every one. We have grown so much from our younger first-year selves, and for all that we have learnt, we should be very proud. Being a student at the University of Birmingham has been one of the most rewarding and enjoyable experiences of my young adult life, and it has been a true pleasure to grow both academically and personally alongside the people in this room today. My time within the School of Languages, Cultures, Art, History and Music is therefore one that I will always treasure. Thank you to all the staff for your dedication to our studies and your academic guidance and feedback. You are integral to our learning and have really pushed us to be the best versions of ourselves. This year, through working as a student experience ambassador, I was fortunate to sit in on staff-student forums, which only reaffirmed that the staff here have the students' best interests at heart. They are truly committed to enriching our university experiences across the board, from careful selection of modules to assessment support, from student engagement to career advice. I'd like to say a personal thank you to my dissertation supervisor, Louise Hardwick, for all of her insightful knowledge and guidance on my project. Also, to Agnes Gower for all of her support, particularly over this last year. I speak on behalf of my course mates when I say that you have made studying French so enjoyable, even throughout particularly stressful interpreting practice exams. With such invaluable support in place, there is a strong sense of community between the students and staff. This environment is further strengthened by efforts of our Student Experience Officer, Naomi Bryant, whom I've enjoyed working with this past year. I'd like to thank her for organising a range of engaging social events that help bring together all members of our school community. All the LCAM staff work tirelessly behind the scenes, and their support has made it a pleasure to be a student at the University of Birmingham. With this, I'd like to take a moment for a well-deserved round of applause for all of the staff that have guided us through our university journey. The university community also certainly extends beyond campus itself. So, to our families and loved ones, your second-hand stress is finally over. If I'm not relieved to have finished all university assessments, I know my parents definitely are. Thank you all for being there for us throughout our time at university, from our very first days as nervous, uncertain first-year students to the stressful challenges of our final year. Your support and encouragement through both smiles and tears have helped us to navigate the challenges we faced during our time at Birmingham and will always be appreciated. I'd like to give a special thank you to my family. You let me find my feet while always being there for me when I needed advice or support, and I hope that I have made you proud. And finally, to the fellow students who sit in front of me today, congratulations. The seminar prep, the library sessions, the hours of revising, the drafting and redrafting of essays or dissertations has all paid off. We should be so proud not only of our academic achievements, but of the life lessons that we have learnt along the way. Wherever we go from here, we have the skills to excel in whatever we do. Now it's time to celebrate all that we have achieved. Thank you for the support, the laughs, and the memories, and good luck in everything that is to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ella, for your wise words, and of course thanks to both the staff, of course, who have supported you, but also, of course, your colleagues who will have become great friends during this journey that you've taken. So I'm Professor Stephen Jarvis. I'm the Provost and Vice Principal here at the university, and it's always a great pleasure and a privilege to attend these graduation ceremonies and celebrate with you. So for all the staff in the university, of course, university graduations really are the highlight of the academic year. We never know what's going to come on stage, whether it's hugs or selfies or high fives or whatever it might be. But all of them, of course, are expressions of celebration from our students. And it's really an absolute joy for all of us to see and behold. So today, of course, marks the end of one kind of relationship with the university and the beginning of another. Today you become a member of a distinguished family, a global network of over 400,000 members in over 170 countries. Today you become an alumnus of the University of Birmingham. Our alumni engage in an astonishing array of professions, and of course we look forward to seeing your own achievements added to that legacy in the years to come. Being a graduate of the University of Birmingham means you are part of a distinguished group, a group that includes Nobel Prize winners, pioneering engineers, celebrated authors, Olympic gold medalists, successful entrepreneurs, inspiring educators, influential policymakers, and groundbreaking clinicians. But I think it's the collective impact of thousands of our graduates over the past 125 years that make our university so great. The achievements that you will make in your careers, the successes you will achieve in your personal lives, and the impact that you will have on those around you will all continue to shape the legacy of this great university. If you walk down the corridors either side of the Great Hall later on today, you will see museum objects and artworks, manuscripts, photographs, films that tell the story of the people behind this institution. This story has included Granville Bantock. Now, who is Granville Bantock, I hear you say? Well, Granville was rather overshadowed, of course, by his predecessor, Sir Edward Elgar, the university's first professor of music and founder of the Department of Music. Now, Granville was no lesser name. He was influential in founding the City of Birmingham Orchestra, now the CBSO. The Music Society, founded in his name, was led by none other than Sibelius. And Elgar's Pomp and Circumstance marches, a popular fixture, of course, at the last night of the proms, was dedicated to Sir Granville Bantock. So the university's influence on the arts must not be underestimated, and it is definitely worth a wander down the Aston Webb corridors if you have time today. And I challenge you all to find Granville's blue plaque somewhere on campus. So these are the stories, I think, that give the university its meaning. Stories of discovery, of perseverance, creativity and courage. And of course, now your stories are theirs. The history of the university is one of creativity, of vision, matched with perseverance. It's a story of failure and of many successes, of ambition, of breakthroughs and of achievement. And these may already be hallmarks of your own story, and they will no doubt shape your future. Our motto, per ardua ad alta, means through effort to high things. Things will not always be easy, and you will need to work hard. But the rewards are great, and I think you all have a fabulous foundation on which to build. Standing on this stage at the formal opening more than a century ago, King Edward VII laid down a challenge to our students, and in his words, "I say that the honour and dignity of this university is largely in your hands, and I look to you to initiate and hand down worthy traditions to your successors." And I think his words remain true today. Our stories will always be connected. Each one of you is part of the university's legacy, and each one of you will help shape what the university becomes. You are the living legacy of the University of Birmingham, and our next 125 years begin with you. Congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. What a great celebration this morning. It's been an absolute blast, as it always is. Look, the smiles and the cheers and everything else, all that support is very grateful. Thank you very much for coming this morning and celebrating with us all. As I said at the beginning, there's plenty of hospitality for you to enjoy in your time at the university. And of course, graduates of this great university, keep in touch. And of course, we look forward to hearing your news and your stories in the months and the years to come. Thank you very much, everyone, and I declare the congregation closed.
The ceremony that completes the university journey for hundreds of Birmingham alumni has come to an end. The procession begins to stream out of the Great Hall, carrying with them the maces that were set down at the start of the ceremony. It's a nice bit of visual poetry that bookends the ceremony. As those maces are carried forward, so too are our graduates onto their next adventure. This is a powerful moment for our graduates, representing the culmination of years of dedicated study. The education, connections, and friendships they have made at Birmingham will last a lifetime. The University of Birmingham is known for producing great thinkers, change makers, and innovators. From Nobel Prize winners to sporting champions, this institution has shaped minds that go on to make a real difference in the world. Today's graduates are stepping into that legacy, ready to make their mark, whether they're heading into research, launching businesses, or, let's be honest, finally taking a proper break before the next adventure begins. From the Great Hall to the wider world, our graduates will carry the knowledge, ambition, and spirit of Birmingham in their next chapter. Wherever you're watching from, this is not just an ending, it is the beginning of something exceptional.